Inspiring and great talk. We appreciate it. I wish to thank all the families that are here. I know that some of you traveled long distances, others were maybe local. And for all of you that are watching online, we realize that travel sometimes is not easy these days, but the fact you're here and you can watch this with us, it's very important to everyone. So I wish to thank you. But I'm going to spend just a minute, I want to talk to the graduates, because all of you are entering a time when healthcare is finally woken up to the fact healthcare workers are heroes. And you saw signs being put up here and there, and you saw people talking about it, but I've always believed that to be true. But now more than ever, the world's woken up to say, we need more healthcare workers. We need more professionals. We need people that are out here taking care of others and working for others, on behalf of others. Giving of yourself and your talents and your intellect to taking care of people is what this job is all about. So whether you're a PA, you're a clinical psychologist, you're going to continue on in clinical psych to the PsyD, whatever your next dream and your next project is, go with it in the understanding that you're needed, you're knowledgeable, and you're going with the confidence of your faculty. I think that's a very important point that sometimes we overlook. But you would not be getting a degree if your faculty did not think you were worthy of it and that you could do the job. So I think that's a very important piece that we have to always keep in mind. And then my only advice to all of you in these days that starting a new journey that can be very stressful, remember a couple things. My favorite phrase is, if you can be one thing, be kind. And I can see that day in and day out where people have to step back and just be a little kind to each other. Give people a little space. Give them time. Understand that each person may come to you with a different issue. For those of you that are going to be treating patients, be kind to that patient because they may not articulate exactly what they need. And especially be kind to the families. I swear, I think families are more upset sometimes than the patient. So you need to remember that and care for those people. I want you to remember to be very kind to your coworkers. We're always hearing about the shortage of other professions. And I worry so much that sometimes they don't have the support and the collegiality of their colleagues to get them through the tough days and the bad days. Well, I want you to be beacons of kindness in any work setting and with all your colleagues, and give them help and give them support and treat them with kindness. I think all of you have an opportunity to continue to give back to the community. I'm always inspired when I see the amount of volunteer work that comes from this college. The College of Health Science does more volunteer work in society and in communities than probably any of our colleges. And when you do that, you show people that you do care, and that care translates to kindness. So if you have the opportunity, continue to try to give back to the community. Even if it's one day a month, do something that makes you realize that giving is part of what we get back. And then finally, I really think you take time for your family and friends. It's a very tough time on families. And I think some of us had to go a year and a half before we saw our loved ones. And it's been very stressful. So anything you can do to show your kindness by reaching out to them, by sending them a note, by calling, by texting, making sure they know that you do care is a very important thing as we go forward. And finally, my best advice to you is take care of yourself. You start new things, you're always busy, you're challenging yourself. Many of you are moving away to new jobs. Many of you are starting new careers. Take time to just be you. And in this time of pandemic, you're going to have so many demands on your skill and ability that I want you to remember, take time and just take care of yourself also. That's a very important thing. So as you start your new careers, I want you to know that you go with our trust, with our admiration, and with our thanks. You've done a wonderful job as students showing us that there was a way through a difficult situation. And may the lessons you learned, the lessons we learned from you, always guide us in the future. So I hope you have a wonderful career. May you be blessed, may your families be blessed, and I want to thank you for coming here because you blessed our lives. So thank you. You are Midwestern to everyone you meet. Thank you.
reflection, which will be given by Mr. Dean Malone, Vice President, Special Assistant for Finance.
Thank you, Dr. Baker. As we come to the close of our commencement proceedings, please bless these graduates and all who have touched their lives. We know that they leave Midwestern University ready to employ their knowledge, reason, and skills for the common good. As they leave this university as alumni, please guide and protect them. Keep them safe so that they may return in future days to celebrate again the journey that began here. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Malone. The audience will please be seated.